Today, Tuesday, the 22nd of October 2024, we have some hand-picked match predictions to share with you, which we backed up by some stats and analytics to help you make your picks in this list to boost your winning by a greater percent. And to those of you who want to have access to even more games, as well as top event based on our hand-picked top 10 to top 15 match predictions based on 1.5 and 2.5 goals, corner kicks events, and straight wins, which we share to members only, then of course you want to make sure that you become a member of the Level 2 Pro plan to also start having access to members only videos and match prediction picks to take your winning to the next level. To those of you who want to join, the link is below this video. You can click on it, navigate and join to become a member of the Level 2 Pro and start to have access to all our hand-picked selected events so that you can take your winning to the next level. The link is below this video description. So without wasting time, I'm going to begin with the first match pick of today's event. Looking at the first event of our today's list, we are looking at Champions League. That is a match between Girino against Slovan Bratislava. Looking at these two teams, you're going to see that based on the recent stand here, these two teams, they are being found right here on the 30th position and on the 35th position. First, I will share with you the recent stand based on recent events by game played by Girino. They are good based on goal scoring, at least one goal per event. And the defense is not that very strong. But looking at that of Bratislava, you're going to see that the defense of Bratislava is very, very weak, and the offense is not very strong. Also, you're going to notice that based on this comparison of these two, Girino is from the Spain La Liga, and it is a stronger team based on recent events they have had in the La Liga. But comparing to its opponent Bratislava in the Slovakia, you're going to notice that Slovakia is not as strong as teams in the La Liga. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks in full time. For this particular tournament, of course, the home team offense is better as compared to that of the away. Slovan Bratislava have proved that the defense is very weak. And looking at the fact that the home team, which is Girino, is from a better league, which is in the La Liga, and Bratislava from Slovakia, of course, we are looking at Girino to lead this match since its offense and defense is better as compared to that of Bratislava. So we are looking at Girino to lead. We also look at the possibility of 1.5 and 2.5 goals in this event in full time. Looking at the next, we are looking still in the Champions League. This time, a match between PSG against PSV. PSG is in the France Ligue 1 and PSV is in the Netherlands Eredivisie. And of course, looking at the stands based on these two, you're going to notice PSG sits on the 19th position. But that of its opponent, on the other hand, you're going to see that is PSV sits on the 24th position. And looking at the comparison of these two, of course, these two teams want to perform by every possibility to have better points and to have a good place on the table. As a result, we want to look at two major picks in full time. Looking at this tournament, of course, both of the two sides want to impress, and the high impression rate will lead to more shoot on and off target, resulting to goals possibility. So I want to look at least 1.5 and 2.5 goals to occur in this match in full time. Looking at the next, we still look at Champions League. This time it is Storm Grace against Sporting. Sporting is from the Portugal Premier League and Storm Grace Austria. Looking at these two, of course, Sporting, which is from the Portugal Premier League, have a stronger offense, more as compared to recent game being played by the home team. Looking at the stands on the table, Sporting sit on the better position. In the 12th position, their defense is very strong, and the offense is better as compared to Storm Grace, which sits on the 31st position, and the defense is not as strong as that of Sporting. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at two major picks here in full time. For this tournament, Sporting recent performance in the Portugal Premier League has proved to be a very good team. Of course, that of the home team offense is not as good as that of Sporting. And looking at this particular tournament, which is the third round, of course, Sporting proved to be better. And having this form, we still look at Sporting to try every possibility to lead this match in full time. We also want to look at the possibility of at least 1.5 or 2 goals over for this particular event in full time. Looking at the next pick, we want to look at England in the Championship. There's a match between Leeds against Watford. Looking at the performance of these two in terms of form, Leeds have proved to be very, very good team. And of course, looking at Leeds here, we are going to see that out of 5 events they have played recently, they have had 3 wins. And looking at 3 wins, they have had 10 goals scored. As you can see here, let me try, okay. 10 goals scored and 3 goals conceded. Their offense is very high and defense is also very good. But that of Watford, the defense of Watford is very poor. And of course, the offense is not as good as compared to that of Leeds. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks in full time. For this particular tournament, of course, the performance of Leeds, which is the home team, have a very big offense. The defense is also better as compared to that of the away. As a result of this, since the defense of the away is very weak, we want to look at the home to take advantage of the weak defense of the away to lead this match in full time, as well as the possibility of at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. These are our 2 major picks. Looking at the next, we are looking at Germany in the regional Liga Bayern. We are looking at a match between Beirut against Hankofen Helin. For this event, of course, the stands here, Beirut proved that they are not very good in terms of the number of games they have won. Scoring 7 goals and conceding 4 proved that the offense is average and the defense is also average. Same way, the opponent also have an average offense and the defense is very weak. Looking at everything in place here, we want to look at 2 major picks for this event in full time. Looking at this tournament, the rating of offense of both sides are almost of equal strength. The defense is also not very good, and result of this will cause both of the 2 sides to try to impress. As a result, at least 1.5 goals is what we want to look at for this event in full time. Looking at the next, we are looking at Regional Liga Bayern, Germany, this time 4th against Wolfsburger Kickers. The performance of the home team recently have proved that they are very good in terms of goal scoring between 2 to 3 and even 4 goals per each event. The opponent, on the other hand, is also very good in terms of scoring between 1, 3 and 4 goals per event. Looking at the stand performance comparison in terms of form, you're going to see that based on these two, 4th, which is the home team, as well as Kika is the best here. They are placed on the 1st position. Having played 5 events, they have had 3 wins, scoring 10 goals and conceding 2. The opponent also have had 3 wins for 5 events played recently, scoring 10 goals as well and conceding 8. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks in full time. For this tournament, of course, both of the 2 sides are good in terms of offense. The defense is also not that very strong, and both of the 2 sides will try to impress, even though that of the home team shows an offense that is a defense which try to be tight, but of course the offense of its opponent will try to break the defense. Since both sides want to impress and the shoot on and off target will be great, so want to look at least 1.5 going full time or 2 goals over for this particular event. Looking at the next, we're looking at England in the Professional Developmental League. We want to look at Millwall against Charlton U21. In this event, of course, I will share with you the stands in terms of form comparison of these two. You're going to see that these 2 teams, especially you can see Millwall sits on the 6th, its opponent Charlton on the 7th. 2 teams of good offense and average defense. And since Charlton is very good at offense, they are also very poor in defense. That of its opponent Millwall is average at offense and average in defense. And looking at everything, we want to look at 2 major picks in full time. For this tournament, both of the 2 sides' defense is very weak. As a result, since the offense is good, we want to look at the fact that the poor defense will cause resulted goals to occur. So we want to look at 1.5 goals as one of the major picks here. We also want to look at 2.5 goals to occur in this match in full time. These are our 2 major picks. Looking at the next, we're looking at Asia in the AFC Champions League. We are looking at Shanghai against Central Coast Mariners. Looking at this, of course, based on the stands, we're going to see these 2 teams are almost of equal strength. Having placed on the 10 and 11 position, the defense is very weak and their offense is average. And looking at everything, we want to look at two major picks here in full time. For this tournament, both of the two side defense is very weak. Since the offense is average, both sides will want to impress to see how they can lead and to make a better point to climb more on the table. And since both sides will want to impress, goals probability will result since the shot on target for both sides will be impressive. So we want to look at least 1.5 goal in full time or 2 goals over. Looking at the next, we'll look at Asia in the AFC Champions League, but this time Al Garafa against Al Wash. For this event, the performance of Al Garafa based on recent events they have had proved that they're offensive and also concede a lot. The opponent, on the other hand, is also the same, very offensive and also very conceding. But looking at the stand comparison in terms of form, you're going to see that based on the table here, the seat on the 6th and 7th position. While Al Wash proved to be average, Al Garafa is very offensive, even though it is offensive, but the defense is weak. Since both sides, especially that for Al Garafa, have a very weak defense, and the offense is also strong, while the defense of Al Wash is not that very strong. Want to look at two major picks here in full time. For this tournament, both of the two sides will try to impress. And since one side is very great at offense and poor in defense, the resulted probability of goals is what we want to look at. 1.5 goal in full time as one of the major pick or 2 goals over. Looking at the next, we're looking at Germany in the Oberliga Bayern North. We want to look at Etherov against Jebenbach. For this event, the performance of the home proved very offensive, and also that of the away also proved very offensive based on recent rating. Looking at the stand comparison of these two, you're going to see that based on form, these are two teams sitting here on the third and fourth position. While the offense on both sides is good, the defense is also average. Etherduff, having played 5 events, have had 3 wins, scoring 8 goals and conceding 4. Jebenbach, on the other hand, 5 win, 5 game played, 3 wins as well, scoring 11 and conceding 7. And looking at everything here, we want to look at two major picks in full time. For this particular tournament, of course, both sides proved to be good in terms of offense. And since the defense on both sides is not very strong, it will result to the probability of goals since both sides want to impress. So we're looking at least 1.5 goal in full time or 2.5 goals in full time. These are our major picks we have to share with you. And to those of you who want to have access to our top 10 or top 15 match predictions, which we share to members only, especially during the weekends, for Friday, for Saturday and Sunday, which will release top 10 and top 15 match prediction picks with huge win rate, which you can take advantage of it, then you want to make sure to become a member of the Level 2 Pro plan so that you can be accessing all members only videos and match predictions to take your winning to the next level. The link is below this video. You can click on it, navigate and join and start to have access to all of these features. So good luck and see you again in the next upload, and bye bye for now.